An executive order from Governor Greg Abbott now restricts who can move migrants in Texas.
The governor claims migrants crossing the Rio Grande are causing a rise in COVID-19 cases. The order lets the Texas Department of Public Safety stop any vehicle that they have a reasonable suspicion is moving migrants around. This order is creating confusion and, in some people, fear in the border city of McAllen. BorderReport.com, Sandra Sanchez is there live for us, and you've been following this story as it broke.
Sandra, what is the tone there in McAllen?
Right. Thanks for having me. Potentially, this order is a game changer for this border community, which for the past 7 years has relied on Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley Respite Center, which is right behind me, which has taken care of the migrants. It offers them shelter, food, a place to rest, and also, more importantly, COVID testing. I want to show you right over my right shoulder is what used to be a retail store, and they have converted it to a COVID testing facility. And you can see Border Patrol has a truck there. They just dropped off some migrants. The migrants go in there and they get tested. If they test negative for coronavirus, then they are allowed to go to the shelter, or they're allowed to come here. I'm standing across the street at the bus station, and they can take transportation to points within. The governor's order said that they aren't allowed to be transported anywhere. And part of what the Humanitarian Respite Center did was those who were positive for coronavirus, they would put them up in about 10 area hotels to make sure that they were safe. Sister Norma Pimentel runs Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley, and she told me that she doesn't understand why the governor's issuing this order. And business is going on as usual. She has, in essence, not stopped what she's doing today, and DHS has continued to drop off migrants, and she's continuing to let them go to hotels, to area churches, to the airport, to the bus station, wherever they need to go. She says she's going to continue to do this.
Sandra, why is Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley going against the governor's order?
Well, you know, I think we are at an intersection of a fight between federal, state, and sadly the church. She's been advised by Bishop Danielle Flores of the Diocese of Brownsville that she's doing God's work and she should continue to do this. Keep in mind, this nun has been named the Pope's favorite nun in the world. The federal authorities have had this partnership with her for 7 years, and they continue to bring migrants here. So Governor Abbott's administration is at odds with what has been happening here. Also, the city of McAllen sponsors and gives lease for this facility, for this building for them to use. And they've almost paid $100,000 for coronavirus testing because they feel it's that important to keep the community safe, to make sure that no one who's sick gets out in the community who shouldn't.
And Sandra, what are folks in McAllen saying about all this?
They're extremely concerned that they will be racially profiled. I spoke to La Unión del Pueblo Entero. Danny Diaz is an organizer for the civil rights group that was started by Cesar Chavez. And they're afraid that anyone who looks Hispanic that's driving around in a car could be stopped by DPS troopers and accused of unlawfully transporting migrants. The ACLU of Texas has also called this unlawful, as has LULAC. Several organizations are saying that this is an outrageous law to enact here at this time. But I think the real problem is the interpretation of the law. In Governor Abbott's order, he states immigrants who crossed illegally. The question is, are they illegally here, or because DHS has released them, are they legally allowed to be here? And I think it's all in the interpretation, and that's going to be key to whether Sister Norma continues to operate or she dismantles her organization.
A lot of moving parts down there. Sandra Sanchez with BorderReport.com. Thanks for your in-depth coverage there from McAllen. We appreciate it.
Thank you.